What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. If you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Tomas. I own a clothing company called East Waves out of Asbury, New Jersey. Today's video is going to be a little bit different for you guys. This is definitely not going to be one of our normal vlogs that I normally jump into. Recently, I had a few people compliment me on how actually the website photos looked on eastwavesco.com. And for me personally, I'm very particular in how the layout of the website looks, just making sure it looks very clean and organized for the potential customer to actually purchasing something. In my opinion, I think when you do have a professional website and everything does look very clean and simple, it does attract a little bit more buyers than it normally would if you guys just take a picture of something and throw it up on the website. You're really just taking it to that next step of professionalism. Basically, I'm going to be taking you guys through the process of what goes into Photoshop to get that perfect, clean, and simple image to make a product on Shopify. Shopify is the platform which is the e-commerce store I use for East Waves, and I can only say great things about Shopify. I've been using it for about 2-3 years so far, and everything is just super easy, and you really don't even have to code too much either unless you start to get really complex with your store. Personally, I think Shopify is a great choice, especially if you're just starting to get into the e-commerce world. But there are a few other websites that you could use that are almost just as good. Shopify is just the one I chose, and it's been working out for me. So, all right, guys, we're gonna jump into this. I'm really excited to have a little bit of a different style video for you today. Like I said, I had a few people compliment me on how the photos were looking on the website. So I figured I would just make a little video and show you guys the process that goes into it. This is a very tedious and time-consuming process. So if you don't have a lot of patience for this, then you know what, your best bet might just be to snap a photo with your iPhone or preferably a camera, and just try and get the most clean and simple white drop photo as possible. And if you don't even want to use a white drop, then you don't have to use a white drop. 1 second. Alright guys, so basically what goes into this process is depending on if I have a model, such as somebody wearing a garment, or if I have smaller items like these bracelets and keychains that we just added on eastwavesco.com. When you go into your eraser tool and then you guys want to just actually take out the entire white backdrop, which is obviously why you want to shoot on a white backdrop, just so you can eliminate all of the shadows and just have the product in play. Sometimes when you actually go and you do this, depending on how bright or shiny your product is, there's a chance it won't really work because it's actually going to take out some of the product. Using the magic wand trick is also a very good tool to use, but it really depends on the color of the product that you're trying to post up. So if you guys were to take your eraser tool and completely delete the background, you're actually going to have a problem like I just zoomed in on the screen. You're going to see that majority of the product is actually taken out because Photoshop thinks that is part of the white image. That is definitely not what you want and could be very frustrating. The really cool and positive part about this is depending on the style of product that you're trying to add, if it has a lot of small minor details, you are going to have to do the way that I'm about to show you guys. But if you guys just have a garment that you're trying to upload, then it's actually pretty simple. You guys are actually going to check out that video too. I did a little screen record just to show you guys how much easier it really is to upload a garment or any other style product. Those single colors really do help. Photoshop will actually completely delete that white backdrop for you, so you have that transparent image and you can just place that on almost anything. Basically, I personally love doing this just because it makes the products look super clean and simple. Like I said, had a couple people compliment and actually had a couple people ask, so I figured I would make a video on this just to show you guys how simple it really is. So you guys are then just going to go to the simple eraser tool in the left, which is this little guy. And after I get my graphics back, right? So basically what I do here is I just stay really steady and I just move my mouse all the way around the product. And the reason for this is, I actually have a few done already, so I'll show you guys what it looks like. But the reason for this is, unfortunately, when you go and use your eraser tool, it's not going to completely take out everything in the background. And it might even take out some in the product, and that's obviously what you don't want. Like I said earlier in this video, yes, this is going to be way more of a tedious project and it's going to be time consuming. What I noticed in the very beginning was I would just take images and I would throw them up on the website. Yes, they would sell, but since it looks a little bit more professional, I'm actually able to charge a little bit more for the same product as if it were for me just taking a photo of it on the ground. So I think this is just a little good tip and trick just to help with the future, especially with adding all the products on the website. Just to switch over really fast, I'll show you guys what the products look on the website really fast. All right guys, so if you take a look on the website right here, all of these images that are on the website actually ran through the exact same process. Yes, of course, I was using my magic eraser tool first just to see if I could eliminate the background and just get the product to transfer it onto a white image in Photoshop. Actually, when you guys go over to Photoshop and you use the default image, it actually is the same color background as your platform as in Shopify. This could be actually different for everybody depending on what color your product page is. I just chose white just because it looks the most simple and clean. I personally like it. And it also makes the product pop a little bit too, which I really like. Basically, all of these images got taken by a camera in my light box, which you guys can probably see behind me. And then I took all the images, uploaded them into Lightroom first, just so I can edit everything, make sure they're pretty clean and crisp. And then took them directly into Photoshop and basically trimmed out all of the outlines and of the logo right here. That little starfish, for example. The thing is, yes, you can just take a picture of the bracelet, for example, and then you guys can upload it online. But the only difference is when you do something like that, it creates a little box that's around, just because sometimes you're not going to be able to get that exact same white that you're looking for the Shopify product page. Like I said, I'm going to keep saying it, this is a little time consuming, but it really all depends on what you want your products to look like at the end of the day. If you guys can see here, I'm literally just taking my mouse and I'm just running across the outline of the product. I don't want to go too far into the product like this, or else that completely just defeats the purpose. As you guys can see, just going along the product right here. There's no reason to go super crazy with it. The thing is, you really do need a lot of patience. This is not going to be a 5-minute project. This is easily going to take about 10 to 15 minutes just to get 2 of them done. Yes, that does seem like a lot of time, but like I said, I personally think it's worth it. I love the way my products look on the website, and I definitely wouldn't change anything about it. This is just my little tip and trick just to getting the product super clean and simple on Shopify. There's really no other way other than taking a really clean white drop photo, which is sometimes really hard to get, and then you still have to match it to the Shopify product page. I found this was a really beneficial way just to be able to actually take the product, then transfer it onto a new clean default Photoshop page, and then upload that image to the website. Yes, you need to really just take that tiny eraser tool and get in every small little crevice of the product. That way it eliminates any kind of weird shadows that's going to be presented in the default image. Also, just wanted to show you guys the packaging that we actually have for the bracelets. We have an iridescent packaging with the bracelet inside, and we also have an East Waves business card, which we also attach in here. On the East Waves business card, we not only have our logo, but on the back we have a QR code. I'll show you guys really fast. So I just figured that was a nice little touch to add in here. I personally am a massive fan of this packaging. I think it looks really clean. I think it looks really presentable. And I know this product is gonna do really well, especially at shows. Not really sure about online. We have gotten a few sales so far from the bracelets, but I'm waiting to see how they turn out at the vendor shows that we do. I know this isn't our normal video I usually jump into, but since I have been getting a few compliments about it, and since a couple people did ask on how to create it, I figured I would just jump in and share my little tip and trick with you guys. It's a really simple process. I personally highly suggest this to everybody just because it makes your products look really professional and it takes your Shopify store to the next level. If you don't care about your products look like, then odds are your customers aren't going to really care about purchasing it either. Make your products look clean and simple. I cannot stress it enough, when you guys change the way your products look on the website, it 100% increases sales. Personally, I don't know the actual answer or reason behind it, but if I were to guess, it really is just because of how professional your products look. People may think that your store has been around for quite some time. They feel trusted from buying from you just because of the way your products are being presented to the potential customer. Same thing with packaging too. You know, for shows like this, I mean, we got our packaging dialed for the bracelets. I don't think I would really just go on to a show and just try and sell the bracelet itself. Packaging obviously was purchased in bulk, and you know, for everything it almost comes down to pennies besides the bracelet. So it's definitely worth putting in a little extra effort depending on whatever you are selling. For me, for example, as you guys can see behind, I obviously sell a lot of garments, so strictly surf apparel. But this is a new little project that we've been working on for quite some time. And if you guys haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you guys headed to the website and checked them out for yourself. That way, if you guys head over to eastwavesco.com, you guys can actually take a look at all the products and how they should be presented to the customer. This will give you a good example on how you guys should actually be going into Photoshop and editing the photos. So it's a pretty simple process. You guys really just want to take your images on a white backdrop. If you don't have a white backdrop, it's really okay. Just use a solid color. The reason for the solid color is because you're then just going to actually eliminate the background. And depending on if you use a different color as a backdrop, you'll be able to actually just take away the entire backdrop. That way you just have that transparent image you could make and put on anything else. 1 second. First thing you're gonna do is, you guys obviously wanna open up Lightroom and you wanna edit your product. That's main priority. Once we get out of Lightroom, I take the products and I jump right into Photoshop. So this is one thing that I wanted to show you guys that is dramatically different from, say, for example, the bracelets that I'm doing. The reason why I wanted to show you the bracelets is because so far this is the most challenging that I have done yet personally. So if you guys take a look at your screen right here, what you're gonna see is basically you guys are gonna do the exact same thing. You're gonna head over to the Magic Eraser tool. You're gonna make sure that your layer is unlocked, and then you guys are just gonna click anywhere in the background. Once you click anywhere in the background, your t-shirt is automatically gonna come up to the front. Basically, you do not have any kind of background anymore. I can take this t-shirt and put this on anything. So if I wanted to put this on a picture of palm trees, for example, I got my palm tree in Photoshop. I already copied the garment, so all I'm gonna do is paste it in here. And if you guys look, it's literally just the transparent image. It's literally just the garment. This is a really cool tip and trick too for marketing. Depending on how you guys like this video, I could totally show you guys a very smaller tutorial on how to make your garments pretty professional for marketing. Just being able to not pay one of those bigger companies just to do the exact same thing I basically just did. So this is such an easy process, especially if you guys are familiar with Photoshop. Odds are majority of you already know how to do this, but I really just wanted to stress to you more than anything, just to really take your time and have patience with what you're trying to accomplish. The thing is, if you want to have a professional image on your website, take the time to actually go through the necessary steps to make that customer go through the entire checkout process. At the end of the day, you want the customer to be buying whatever you are selling. So why not just make it look a little bit more professional than it already is, instead of just taking a picture of it and uploading it to the website. Carlo's trying to go snowboarding next weekend. Kid's absolutely frothing out of his mind. Figured I would just throw that in here. I'm gonna text him back, frothing, question mark. We'll see what he says. I'll give you guys the update. But yeah, I'm not gonna keep this video going for too much longer. I really just wanted to hop on here and show you guys that little tip and trick for what I do to edit the photos and products to make them look super professional in Shopify. It's really a simple process, but like I said, can't stress it enough. Just be patient and also be consistent with uploading products. You know, be creative and try and make something that's going to be a little bit more unique than from what somebody else already has on their e-commerce store. You know, doing this little tip and trick will, I hope, increase sales for you as long as you guys do have the traffic heading over to the website. Not only increasing sales, but your website is going to look very professional and clean. I hope you guys did enjoy this little video. This definitely isn't one of my normal vlogs. Today, it's raining outside. Haven't been able to film much recently just because work has been chaotic. We got some really exciting stuff coming up this weekend. And we also got some really exciting stuff coming up on the website too. So unfortunately, I can't tell you guys what's going on yet, but you guys will see everything on the website soon. But if you guys want, please reach out down below. Feel free to ask me any questions about this entire process. I really hope I did simplify it enough for you. Basically, everything that you guys saw is super simple, and the only thing that you guys are going to be doing is truly using the eraser tool. It's just a matter of following the proper edges in your product and just being able to then erase everything in the background, taking your product, transferring it onto a default image, and then you guys are good to go, and that's going to be ready to upload on your Shopify store. So, all right guys, I think it's time to wrap this video up. I hope you guys did enjoy this process. Like I said, it's super simple and easy to do. It is time consuming, but in the long run, it's definitely going to be worth it if you want to take your Shopify store to the next level. And really just show that professionalism on your online e-commerce store. Basically, I'll give you guys a quick little spoiler alert for what's coming up in the next video. We actually have a Carinthia Mount Snow up in Vermont snowboarding trip coming up. We got my buddy Carlo involved heavily. And my buddy Richard actually just moved to Vermont also, so he's going to be up there already, and we have a place to stay, which is super awesome. Shout out to Richard if you're watching this, dude. Really appreciate you letting us stay at your place for the weekend. We're gonna get some awesome snowboarding footage, and recently here in New Jersey, it's actually been really warm, so I can't tell you how the conditions are gonna be up in Vermont, but the snowboarding season seems like it's wrapping up a little bit earlier than expected. We might have to head out west for a couple more trips, one more trip, we'll see what happens. Recently they've been getting dumped with powder out there, so it might be worth it to just jump out west instead of snowboarding over here on the East Coast, but gotta make do with what we got. Haven't snowboarded in a little bit, so I'm definitely stoked to get after it. All right, well, Carlo just locked in his spot. Carlo's officially down for snowboarding. Kid's frothing out of his mind as usual. Super stoked to get after it, and that's what's gonna be going down for next week's video. So like I said, we're gonna start to wrap things up over here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and I'll definitely get back to you. And if you guys wanna just DM me, feel free to shoot me over a DM. I'll put my Instagram handle somewhere on the screen. Also, it'll be down in the description. You guys can shoot me over a DM at Tomas Jesu. Really do appreciate it if you made it to the end of this video. Hopefully this will increase some sales for you guys. I noticed it definitely helped with my business, so I hope I can do the same for you guys. So, all right guys, we're gonna start to wrap things up over here. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you made it to the end, thank you very much. And if you guys are curious to see what the product should really look like on the online store, you guys can head over to the link in the description, head over to my website, eastwavesco.com. All of our products are pretty much done this way on Photoshop, so you guys can definitely get a rough idea of how you want to set up your online store and the way you want to present your products to your customers. So, all right guys, hope you enjoyed. That's going to be a wrap for me on this video, and this weekend coming up, we got a gnarly snowboarding trip going down with the boys. Going to be some awesome footage, and I can't wait to get after it with them. So again, thank you for making it to the end of this video. I truly appreciate it, and hopefully this helps you guys in the future. So have a good day, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. So peace out, guys. Have a good day.